What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, the brother Robert Mason, coming through once again with the donation to the channel via the PayPal. All right, much respect to him for showing love to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports, once again. So, the Golden State Warriors have clinched a playoff berth. All right? They are, let me make sure I get this right, because I believe they're the 6th seed, right? They are the 6th seed, and they will play the Sacramento Kings, all right, in the first round of playoffs. Now, the thing about the Warriors is that you don't know how it will go with them. On the one hand, logic tells us that the Warriors have been inconsistent this entire season. They just got their 10th road win of the season the other day against Sacramento. Their 10th. 10th. I mean, usually championship teams have a winning road record. I mean, usually a championship team will have at least something like a 24-17 road record or something like that. 10th. They were 10-31 on the road this year. That's atrocious. I don't know if there's ever been a championship team with that terrible a road record. They only won 44 games this year, which is the worst since what? For the Warriors, that has to be the worst record in at least 10 years for the franchise. But yet, there's a part of you that says they can go to the finals because they're the Warriors. And they have been playing better as of late. They blew out the Kings, who are going to be their playoff matchup. All right? They blew them out. And then they set an NBA record yesterday. They set an NBA record, scoring 55 points in the first quarter against the Portland Trailblazers. Now, of course, this was a Portland Trailblazer team that had their second and third stringer guys out there, so that's part of it. But still, I mean, it's amazing that they put on an offensive show like that toward the end of the year and going into the playoffs. So their first round opponent will be the Sacramento Kings. The Kings had the #1 offense in the NBA this year. I believe they averaged over 120 points per contest, last I checked at least. And they have the likely head coach of the year, Mike Brown, and they are definitely a dangerous team. De'Aaron Fox, who the media acts like doesn't exist, was, at least for most of the season, leading the NBA in points in the fourth quarter. I don't know if he finished at that with that mark, but he's definitely a dangerous scorer and dangerous primetime player. Malik Monk, now that he's free from playing with LeBron and the Lakers, he's a dangerous player as well. And they have a solid core. Sabonis, of course, he's the son of Arvydas Sabonis, but Domantas Sabonis has been a big-time player for them as well. So they have a dangerous team, but the problem is they're young and inexperienced. They're a young and inexperienced team going up against the defending NBA champions. And, they could lose in the first round, but they could also, if they rev things up, they could conceivably get past them. It's not impossible. This is a series where the Kings probably have more pressure on them than the Warriors. Then if they get past the Kings, the next round they'll play against a Memphis Grizzlies team. If Grizzlies advance, they'll play a Grizzlies team that does not have Steven Adams, and a Memphis Grizzlies team that, to me, until they're proven otherwise, they're pretenders. So yeah, it's possible that the Warriors could definitely make it to the Western Conference Finals and maybe further. Now, I just don't see them winning the championship this year. I just don't see it. I don't think they're good enough this year. But, I mean, who knows? My opinion isn't infallible. So at the end of the day, I mean, you just never know what could happen with this team. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy, you know. And one of my subscribers has made the remark that championship teams are great, but they also benefit from a little bit of luck. And the Warriors have definitely benefited from a little bit of luck during their playoff runs. Not taking anything away from them, but they have been fortunate to sometimes play against teams that have had injury problems over the past, 8 years? 9 years? So at the end of the day, you just never know, man. You just never know with the Warriors. They could go on a run, or it's possible that the team that we have grown accustomed to watching for the last decade, damn near, they might be near the end of their run. And by the end of their run, I mean as championship contenders, or at the very least, seeing the team as we see right now with the starters, and maybe if things don't go well, maybe there'll have to be some changes to the lineup or changes to the roster. But anyway, we'll have to see about that. Tell me what you guys think.